morning, everyone. As part of our Faith Foundation series, today I will be sharing verses on the wisdom of God. This will highlight the following. Firstly, God is all-wise. And secondly, in our humanity, we can never fully grasp the depth and the fullness of His wisdom. Thirdly, through humility we can ask, and He gives us an insight into His wisdom. And fourthly, and finally, this wisdom is shown in His master plan of redemption. So God is all-wise, and He chooses the best possible goals and the best means to meet those goals. Romans 16:27 explains that He is the only wise God. And Job 12:13 states that to God belong wisdom and power, counsel and understanding are His. Psalm 104 verse 24 shows that in His wisdom He created all things. So it is impossible for us to fully comprehend God's wisdom. Paul humbly exclaims in Romans 11:33 that the depth of riches of His wisdom are unsearchable, and His paths are beyond tracing out. His methods and reasons are mostly beyond our ability to comprehend. So as we cannot access the depths of His wisdom, we have to continually put our faith in Him, although we can ask for an insight. Through humility we can ask, and He gives us an insight into His wisdom. In fact, Proverbs 11:2 states that with humility comes wisdom. Also, according to Psalm 111 verse 10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This is also reflected in James 3:13. In James 1 verse 5 it is clearly explained, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." In seeking God's wisdom through humility, we conform to the image of Christ, as Paul explains in Romans 8 verse 29. Also, wisdom from God is defined in James 3:17, stating, But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive to God, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. We can also see and benefit from God's wisdom through reading the Bible. Psalm 19 verse 7 states that the law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making simple the wise. So this wisdom is shown in His master plan of redemption. 1 Corinthians 1:24 makes it clear that Christ is the wisdom of God to those He has called. This may not be accepted by others, and 1 Corinthians 1:18 illustrates that the message of the cross is rejected as foolishness by them. The amazing plan of redemption reflects God's wisdom and surpasses anything any human being could have imagined. For example, it is a message that heals and brings together the divided nations and peoples from all over the globe. Through God's wisdom, all of us from different backgrounds, nations, and ethnicities can unite in the body of Christ for all heavenly powers and principalities to see, according to Ephesians 3 verse 10. So under God's plan of redemption and in His wisdom in creating unity in the body of Christ, the church should always be leaders and should set a standard in breaking down social and racial barriers around the world to the glory of God and to His honor. Thank you.